to Commonwealth Sports Talk, Season 2, Episode 7, with your hosts, Joe Dillard Jr. and Lamont Thomas. Today's special guest, Ty White, head men's basketball coach of John Marshall High School in Virginia.
So, I'm going to take you back to the beginning because I just got off the phone with a guy named James West. There it is. He said, tell my guy, I said, what's up? And he know me. I said, yeah, I know he know you. Y'all to the root.
He from the bird.
Hey, I spent my whole summer with Bob and was just drilling him on stuff. Like I'm a big sports guy. I don't know if you remember too much of me when I was at Bruton when we coached up there, but I'm a sports guy. So I was asking all about the history of Petersburg, and every person I spoke to knew something about Ty White. So tell me how it felt from coming from ground up and now to where you are now. Take me through that, bro.
Humble beginners, man. Got my first. I actually played at Petersburg, born and raised in Petersburg. Got my first opportunity there. Went to Virginia State. As soon as I got out of college, Coach Lawson got the job, and he gave me an opportunity to come on staff. So I was actually working with Parks and Rec, with Massenburg at the Parks and Rec, and he got that job. Coach Lawson got the job, and I ended up started teaching that same year at Petersburg High School, and that was in '02. That's where it all started, man. Got the opportunity to coach high school ball day. I was the ninth grade coach first, then the JV coach. Then I was Coach Lawson's assistant on varsity. I was there from 2002 to 2010 as his assistant. Got the opportunity to be the head coach at 2010 at John Marshall. We actually started a program called Petersburg Elite while I was in Petersburg. Small group. Literally high school guys, just as an organized way to keeping the high school guys together. God put his hands on it. Man, it grew from one team to three teams to five teams to 2010. We had to change the name to Team Loaded because people tried to put us in a box. And so when God put his hands on something, it just blew up, man. And we were originally with Under Armour, and then Adidas came in a couple of years later, and the rest is history.
Yes, sir, it is. Yes, sir, it is. Yes.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a resume right there. You probably was. I think you were coaching against when I was in high school, right there in Colonial Heights when y'all were beating us up from.
Come on, man! Don't get your age up like that, man. Come on, man.
What's that?
Don't get your age up.
What's funny was the coach now at Colonial Heights, John Thomas, man, he's the reason why I'm a teacher. He's the reason why I'm a coach. And he was just an unbelievable guy, man. Unbelievable guy, man. Unbelievable. I didn't have a father, and he served some of those roles, man. So I have much respect to Coach John Thomas.
Yeah, I wish I'd have known that. I should have known that. I got a chance to meet that guy. Very humble, strong.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah, we could get him over here, too. That's my guy.
Oh, he's unbelievable, man. He's my rock, man. He's a good man.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Nice. Man. So 2010 to current date now, as you say, things blew up. How has the success been able to affect you doing your community work? Like, all the success is always great. You know, people take it and run with it a million different ways. We've seen it. We know we've seen it. But to stay humble, grounded, I guess I'm going back to you having this ground root. Is that where it comes from in regards to giving back so much to the community? Because I love what you do with the community, man.
No question, man. I just wanted to give kids an opportunity that I didn't believe I had. Give kids an outlet. We've been fortunate through our program to have over 300 kids, boys and girls, receive a scholarship through our program. So I don't take that for granted. We've had 11 NBA guys, a couple NFL guys. Man, we've been fortunate, man. We've been really, really fortunate. I from a very early age, my calling in my life was to help a boy be a man. I knew that early on. I'm fortunate enough to know my purpose, and I got people surrounded with me who support my vision and my leadership. Our organization is airtight, man. The guys Rodney Gore, Kevin Bettis, Mike Blackwell, Kurt Jones, Shadarian James. I mean, I got a team and an army behind me. Sonny Ward, MJ Wing, like the list go on and on like Skinner. I got a mob behind me, to be honest with you.
Yes, you do.
And they shield things for me, man. They go before me. They work. They grind. They keep the community in mind. We just did an event early August 7th and 8th of last month. We called it the Weekend of Action, man. We had over 300 people tested for COVID, fed over 5,000 families, 5,200 families, had over 100-something people registered to vote. We had fed the homeless. It was just an unbelievable weekend. We gave a young lady a car, single mom a car. It was just an unbelievable weekend, man. Easily one of the most impactful things that I've been a part of in my life.
That's amazing. That's amazing, man. Like,
Shout out to
that's when you know it's worth it right there, when it gives you those feelings of great gratification and that joyous feeling of somebody else receiving. So I love that, bro. You know, this show's sponsored by Legacy Maker and Grind and Pray. And just a little small fact that Grind and Pray came out of Petersburg. So Grind and Pray is a company out of Petersburg too. So let's talk about these gyms in Petersburg now, because you know I love these gyms in Petersburg. I've been keeping myself pretty close to them. So we didn't even know each other. In 2012, I'm a coach at Bruton, and I'm like, yo, let's do it. Bruton, Phoebus, and John Marshall, we set up for a jamboree. And I didn't take but one time talking to you to know what type of man you was. And I was like, yeah, this guy is either going to be a nemesis or my best friend, because you know when you got a guy that's competitive and does it right, but you're not in his circle, you always like trying to look like what he got going on. I know he doing something, but hey, bro, I've been watching for 7-8 years now. And I love it, yo. I love it. So talk to me about the current right now. Talk to me about the development of a guy named Roosevelt Wheeler. I've seen since very young in your program. So tell me how he's come along in the development with him.
Next up, man, for sure, man. It's his time, actually. The maturation of that young man is unbelievable, from on the court to off the court. This kid got a chance, man. He's got a chance to get his name called, put a hat on. Got a chance when it's all said and done. Unbelievable support system. Mama is phenomenal, the real as they come in this game. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable, man. She keeps him grounded. Kid is a sponge. He wants to get better, doesn't mind working. He's just a good person. And those are the type of kids you want to always see be successful and always win. Got a good work ethic. He's got a chance, man. He's got a chance. Remember I said that.
Hey, I'm gonna hold it to you because I know you put in the work too with it now. But when you know that somebody's putting in that work too, yeah, you do want to see them succeed. So I love hearing that about kids.
Man, I got again, man, I can't take the credit, all the credit, man. There's a team of guys that's literally behind me and in front of me, man, who get it done, man, who's, man, hands-on with his skill development, his growth on the court, his growth off the court. Like, there's a team, there's an army. You may see me, but there's an army with me.
Definitely. I heard you throwing those names out. So I know it's a good, well-knit circle. We just had Steph Welsh on last week, and he's spoke so well of you, bro. And it's like a 3-4 month marriage, and it's like, hey, that's my guy. And I was listening to him, and I'm like, man, yo, like I got to know more. And that's just the whole concept.
When I tell you, Steph is relentless. He's relentless, man. He's a worker. He's a grinder. So it was easy for our spirits to connect, kindred spirits. He's a work hard guy. He gets it done. He don't mind getting his hands dirty. He gets it done, man. He's got a connection with young people, man. He recruits like none other. Like your shirt say, grind. He grinds.
Yes, sir.
Grind, man. He gets it done. He gets it.
I love it.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about where you're doing this at, man, because I think that's something that everybody doesn't understand what it takes. Being at Marshall, at the north side of Richmond, man. And I can relate because before the job I do now, I was a YMCA coordinator right there at Northside Y.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what it's like then. You know it then.
Well, we share the parking lot, right?
No question.
Right.
No question, man.
Yeah, man. So a lot of those kids, man, it's crazy because being in a place like that where there's not a lot flourishing around you, but you know, there are good things there. There are resources there, you know, but being somebody to impact the youth the way that you do. Talk a little bit about what it means to build a successful program in the north side of Richmond.
It means a lot. When I was in Petersburg, there were very few opportunities that I would ever take. And John Marshall was one. It kind of resembled where I'm from Petersburg off the Heights. So similar kids, same background, same story that I had. Single mother. There's a lot of times there's single mothers, no father presence, absence of male. It's unbelievable. So it was easy for me to make the transition to John Marshall because there was just a different name to it. Other than Petersburg, it was Richmond. And other than John Marshall, it was Petersburg. And those kids were the exact same. I had a relationship already through AAU with some kids in Richmond. So it made the transition really, really smooth, really, really easy. And kids that are from the north side, you want to see them win. You want to see them struggle a little bit. You want to see the grind, the commitment. I love the finished product. I mean, a lot of people see the end story, but they don't know the real process, the steps that it takes. The north side is a little different. It's a little different, man. And roses can grow through concrete, can rose through all the negativity. It's a beautiful place, man. It's untapped, and it's starting to reach its potential, man. Let me just talk a little bit about my high school, John Marshall. I got an unbelievable principal and administrations. Man, when I tell you they love kids, and they're not afraid to discipline them. They're not afraid to help them. They're not afraid to go beyond the call of duty. So at John Marshall High School, man, I'm not just saying this because I work there. I got an unbelievable team there, man. Like they just did a video, literally.
Tap in.
Tap in. They just did a tap in. And you can kind of see the love. Like my principal was born to be a principal. Like my principal was like, she was created to be a principal, man. There's no exaggeration. She was created to be a principal. And like, so her love is evident. It flows throughout that building. She's the type of principal you want to get up and go to work for. Because you know she ain't just got your back, she got your front too. And she really has a heart for those kids, man. So it's easy again for me to be there. She comes from under the leadership of a lady by the name of Miss Beverly Britt. She gave me my first opportunity at John Marshall. Miss Mary was there as a teacher under Miss Britt, and now she's the principal there. So things just continue to evolve.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. That's a real village there. Like you said, like everybody does their part, man, and everybody fills in. It's a real community feeling there.
No doubt.
I love it out there, man. I love it out there. I had a little bit of time of City of Richmond when I was out there working, and I used to ride by and see the whole atmosphere, and it just smelled like success. And it's the same success that you're describing. It's no different. I ain't talking about wins and losses. I'm talking about there's adversity in front of you. You're going to have to gravitate to those that have your best interest in mind. And when you do that and you put your effort forward, great things are coming out of that area.
Hands down, man. It's an untapped market, man, and people are starting to recognize it. I just love the spirit there. I love the spirit, the energy there, man. It's flourishing, man. It's flourishing.
We had Daryl Watts on earlier in season 1, and at the time that we had him on, you were going into the protests in the march, and also you have silenced, your shirt. I'm just going to let that speak for itself. But we're not going to be silent since that's right there present. Obviously, I have mine. I always will speak it, but it's about my guest every time. So go ahead and give me that platform. Go ahead and tell me what you're feeling regarding that and how you feel that we need to be as a culture. And just give me your thoughts, man. Break me down on that.
Far too long, we've been quiet about issues that relate to our community. Far too long, we've witnessed injustice go on, and enough is enough. if you're not saying anything, it's almost as if you approve of it. So my shirt says silence is violence. I'm not afraid to stand against anybody who supports negativity, racism of any sort. It's over with. It's sickening. We live it's 2020 and we're still talking about injustice, social injustice, racism, and that's sickening, sad.
Really is, man. And people talk about perceptions and everything, and how we have our walk, and our walk is really hard to for other people to even fathom. So, I did some reflecting, because every day as a man, you want to be better, you want to work hard and be better. And I thought about it when I was growing in high school. I was like, some of the things that we try to separate, because that's all it is. That's all that hate is, trying to separate yourself to say I'm better or whatever the reason is. So the lesbian, gay, the LGBT population is something that hit me at my age. People were shunning them, and I always welcomed any friend, any person I knew, because it just wasn't right. It's not right to have somebody separate, and it doesn't matter if you've been through something or not, because that's my point is here I am, a black man. I can have enough to cry about, but here we are still fighting through adversity and wanting to uplift these young black kids and all kids in general, just so that they can have an opportunity. And so, I just really appreciate your fight, bro. Like, I don't even want to talk basketball so much, in the sense that I see what you're doing, and what you're doing impacts many.
Respect, man.
So,
I treat a man as if he's a man. I don't care if you're black, white, or candy stripe. You know what I mean? If you're doing what's right, I'm going to support you. If you fool with the foolishness, I ain't with it. That's just me. I ain't with it. I ain't got time for it. I'm too old in life for foolishness, man. If it doesn't do anything to prosper me or bring good energy, good vibes, I'm not even with it, man. You can miss me with it.
Yes,
Literally miss me with it. So, man, I love support. Respect for what you guys are doing as young brothers, man, supporting good vibes, man. Respect.
Yeah, man. It really touched me to see that, whole 804 Coaches for Change initiative, man, because, like you said, it's been far too long that we've been dealing with stuff. And just to see you guys come together and knowing that the imprints that you have on those issues today are going to speak volumes later down the road. You know what I mean? Like, we're living in it every day, but, down the road, when we get to where we want to get, people are going to look back and they're going to see, they're going to recognize, those who, like you said, we're not silent, and we're speaking up for what's right.
No question. Major shout out to the 804 Coaches for Change executive staff, man. They're doing a phenomenal work, and I'm fortunate to be a part of a group of men and young ladies who care about change, who care about the development of just the players and the young people in the 804 area, and hopefully that thing continues to spread like wildfire.
Yes, I definitely hope so. I think that's something you guys have started that's going to slowly snowball. But the thing about it is it's got to start somewhere, and I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yes, so silence is violence, because we're going to talk about it, and that's just how it is. People want to cut corners. We're not doing it no more. That's not how we get success. Am I right, Ty White?
No, it takes courageous conversation, and you got to be bold enough to speak on it. And so I don't mind having a courageous conversation. If something's wrong, I'm gonna speak on
it. Good. We need more leaders like you, bro.
Right.
We need more leaders like you. You got anything else for a month?
As far as that topic, I'm good.
Yeah.
You want to get into this basketball convo?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, break them down into it, because I definitely want to hear it.
Yeah, I just kind of want to talk about the past couple years, man. Those trips to Georgia, that you guys took, that really reached me as a coach, because I used to do the same thing when I was coaching out there in DC, and you could see it doing it right there in the beginning/middle of the season. Coming back, it's like the local competition is like now you at full force, right? Like, it's so funny me watching y'all do it, because once y'all came back and I saw the first 2 games after y'all came back, I was like, oh, they ready. Like, you touching every competition, getting that bump from around the country, and now it's like it don't matter who's on the floor. like, you know, once you get there, it's on and popping. So I just want to ask you what that's like, man. What that trip has been like for you guys as a team, and how it's developed you guys.
Unbelievable experience, man. We from the mantra of iron sharpens iron, and you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. We take our kids out of our comfort zone. We take them literally in a different environment, different brain, where if you're not for each other, you're going to be unsuccessful. And so one of the pros from that whole event is literally, if you're not all in together, it's going to show, number one, but number two, it's going to bring us together strong. So the competition was so tough, man. We played top 10 teams in the country. Man, you think of some unbelievable talent we done played in the last few years. It only propels us for the end of the year. And so if you go through those those battles and those grinds down there, and you come back to Virginia, it's a little different. It's a little different, man. So we've been fortunate, again, to have an administrator who supports that, getting our kids out of the area and letting them see something different. So it's an unbelievable experience as well.
Yeah, staying united or fall divided, right? Like, it's crazy because, like, I would see y'all come back, man, and then the games would be like, oh, Phoebus, Bird, Verona, Whiff, everybody. Like, it's like it's John Marshall versus the world after that, right?
No question, man. No question. I love it.
So is that the competitive drive that is residing in you? Because, you know, I've sat across from you. I've watched you and being in the stands. You a pit bull on the sideline, bro, and it's a quiet one. It's a quiet one. It's one of the ones that's, you know, you see that dog that's just ready to attack, but he ain't moving. He ain't doing too much to signal it. But you just know. I swear that's you, bro. Like, and the players know. The players are like, it's go time or go home time.
No question, man. We got some core values we stand on. There's 5 pillars our program is built on. And hopefully when you see our program, you see those 5 things. Obviously, the first one is trust. It's the trust between players, coaches, and the work that you put in that is going to come out. Then there's toughness, physical, mental. Toughness. You got to be not just physically tough, but you have to be mentally tough. When things don't go your way, then it's we over me. It's got to be about something greater than the individual. Then it's compete. I don't care who we play against, where we're at, we're going to compete. And the last one is enormous energy. You got to have passion to play the game that we play and the way that we play. So those are what our program is built off, those 5 things: trust, toughness, we over me, competing, and enormous energy.
I love it. Darn near about to make me slide John Wooden's pyramid of success aside and put the pillars right there, bro.
We ain't nowhere near that.
No, but the whole concept of saying that is just to merge them in the sense that you do need a blueprint and a rock solid foundation to build off in order to have the success that you've accomplished. So, you know, it wouldn't surprise me at all that this is being preached, that this is being done, you know, and I've seen it in different levels and on all different phases, you know, from the court, from the practice to the fields, to the community work. So, you know, I love it, man. I love it.
I'm fortunate again, man. I have a support system that's unreal, man. I have a lot of times when you see our team, man, they say, well, Darren, y'all got just as many coaches as y'all do players. But I have men who literally volunteer, who work and care about kids. I have an assistant coach who literally, he's the basketball mind of it, to be honest with you. He's the coach. I'm the manager. Mike Blackwell, man, he's unbelievable, man. His relentless work and his tired effort to making sure these young men are successful, man. I got Coach Bettis, Coach Harvey, Coach Wynn, Coach Ward, Coach Skinner, Coach Bird, Coach T. Man, when I got a list of dudes that are trained to go, ready to go, supportive, who love kids, who are passionate about kids, man. It's just unbelievable, man. And at any call, they're ready to do whatever it takes for our kids to be successful. So I'm very, very thankful for the people that's not just behind me, but they've served in front of me.
I love it. I just can't. I got so much for you, Ty. It's ridiculous, bro. I know you like, where he going next, but it go back and forth because the success started all the way back with a young Frank Mason and all them boys when you was going. We ain't throw that name out there. So while, you know, it carried. You see what I'm saying? And I love that you're doing this for the state of Virginia, bro. That's why you had to come on Commonwealth Sports Talk. I appreciate you saying yes, but I was just like, once when you told me yes, I was like, I got my man. I got my man on. He gonna give me his time, so we gonna make it work. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, definitely, man. I followed it 10 years deep now, and been putting in that work, man. Let's see here, so I appreciate your time, though. It's Commonwealth Sports Talk. We got you on live, man. Appreciate it. Nothing better than the words of wisdom from a great guy like you, man.
Respect again. Thank you, man. Thankful and honored to be a part of this show, man. And I'm so thankful for, again, my staff, Smalls, Harvey Ward, Blackwell, all the guys, man, that do the work behind the scenes. And when the product comes out, they never get the recognition. But I'm so thankful for the Rodney Gores of the world, Kurt Jones of the world, Steph Welsh of the world. You all see the end product, but you don't know the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So again, I'm so grateful, so honored to have a support system that's behind me and do, again, serve before me.
You got Commonwealth Sports Talk going to sit here and vouch for you, too. So you ain't got to say no more. We're going to say it for you. A man that loves to lead and lets his guys do their thing, too. So I love that. That's bringing everybody and uplifting all. I love it. Take it easy, bro.
All right, take care. Y'all be good.
All right.
That's a good dude, man. That's a match made right there. That match was that was a match that was made, like he said, from Petersburg down to RVA, man, to the top of the RVA. It's like Petersburg. That's you can't write it up better than that, man.
Yeah. I saw that similarity when he was over there. That's why I just knew the success was only a matter of time. And I'm talking like 2011, 2012 when my eyes started to see that. So it didn't take long. I know his coach, Coach Blackwell. Me and him spoke before. Great guy, does a lot of good things. So he's right about that in regards to him having a great team around him to make all those things possible.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're doing a lot of things, man. I didn't know about the event that they had, how many people they reached.
Yeah. I didn't know about the car. I knew about the amount of food given out, and when I saw that, I was blown out the frame. Like, wow. Like, the test. I didn't know it was over 300 tests, but just the fact you're giving tests, period.
Yeah, like, that part I did kind of know about. Yeah, but I didn't know how many people they reached out there, man. That's real. That's real community work right there.
Bro, I don't even know what to call him no more. I ain't gonna say Coach Ty White. I ain't gonna. Right. This is just the humanitarian award is something he's striving for, and I think we, might have to put him down as an early candidate.
That's a leader.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. A Petersburg, a John Marshall, a Phoebus, a IC Norcom, all have some things in common. And from the beginning of poverty, unfortunately, all the way to facing adversity and the success that the gyms that they have driven out, that is why these names I've mentioned have successful programs in one way or the other. Because they have to come together and believe in one another. And to me, some people don't get to put all them together. They may know the 757 version and be like, oh, I heard Norcom, oh, I heard whatever. Or what about who? Or Richmond, what about this group? But the whole concept is small area, stay well-knit, trust in one another, and go to bat against the world. And so I love the fact that those small groups and schools, mind you, I think all of them that I named are under 4A. And, this state got 5A and 6A schools that are pretty big. So for these schools at 4A, 3A, and 2A to sustain greatness is a testament to their community, their leadership, and I applaud it. So that's where I'm going with my VA fact.
Okay. Let me show you how this whole work, man, comes full circle. Last year, I wanted to cover a big game in this area. I'm going football. It was Thomasdale and Manchester, right? Two Chesterfield teams that were classified as different levels, being the population area and all that. And the game was always played theoretically, right? We always talked about, oh, well, Dale got this and Manchester got this. Mind you, they're in each other's backyard, but they weren't playing each other. 2 years ago, they get this game on the schedule, I think, for the next 3 to 4 years. And when I tell you the buzz blew up, it was like it was like the sound waves of Commonwealth sports, man. Like we were just like, what? They're finally gonna do this?
Mhm.
So man, I took my boy from Legacy, Drew Willingham. Shout out to him, and I was like, man, we got to get some coverage on this. We went out, met with Coach Tucker, Dale. We had covered some games before, but man, we wanted the insight. So we started, going to practices, getting his insight on stuff. Highland Springs had their own thing going on. And I'm sorry, it wasn't. I said Dale, but it wasn't Dale. It was Manchester and Highland Springs.
Okay.
The Manchester
Yeah,
Highland
because of the different group levels and not playing each other.
Exactly. You had the four-time Highland Springs champs. They were champs 4 times in a row, and then Dale was. I mean not Dale, but Manchester was coming off one themselves, right? So we went up to Manchester. That's what it was. We went up to Manchester and caught up with them, and we were in their practices, in their off season, leading up to this game to get some footage. And it was good. Highland Springs has their stuff going on their side. We weren't able to make it out to them, but man, this game was real. And I interviewed a young man, Jamira Jones, played quarterback for Highland Springs at the end of the game, and just so happened, I don't know if you saw the post, but he just committed to Boston College.
Mm-hmm.
So it was real nice, man. Definitely a dude that put in that work. Just hearing his story, man, is amazing. From where he came from to where he is now, and that's just the epitome of those kids and how much work they put in, and they got a lot of shade, with some of those rankings over the years, winning the state championship 4 times in a row, but that's another story. But they definitely put it down, man.
Yeah, they should have been nationally ranked the 4th year in the top 10, top 15. When you win it 3 years in a row, you three-peat, you should automatically start off top 25 in the nation somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow. Unless there's 25 other teams that have three-peated too, then I don't see how you can't be in the top 25. But again, it's based off of who they like and who they know. So
Right.
it's not about what you've done.
Even teams that they beat were up there higher than them. It was crazy.
It's the way the whistle blows sometimes when it comes to stuff like that. So Commonwealth Sports Talk bringing you the BA Fact, and we'll go right back into it with more news and more relevant sports topics.